Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm so excited to hang out with y'all, and I have two really fun things to show you that are not at all related to what we're talking about tonight. But go ahead and grab what you need to get comfy and cozy and warm, and I'll see you back here in about 30 seconds. All right, everyone. I am super pumped to hang out with everybody tonight. I know that this week has just been kind of wild because some of us had, I think all of us had the holiday off on Monday. And I want to say almost all of us either had a snow day or an e-learning day yesterday. What day is today? Today's Wednesday. So yesterday was Tuesday. And it's just been crazy, hasn't it? So I'm excited to spend some time with you guys tonight, but I have to show you guys something. So I always talk about how my family and we foster puppies, and we are huge puppy lovers. And so this is one of our new foster babies. This is a little girl. Isn't she cute? And actually, this does kind of align a little bit with tonight's topic, because it's all about how to avoid becoming a testing zombie. And I would say tip number one is to get a puppy. I'm totally kidding. But animal therapy is real, right? And so she had a little bath tonight. So can you see? She's like shivering. Yes. And she doesn't like being held a whole lot. So I'm going to go ahead and put her down. It's kind of the puppy socializing piece of this work. And then here's my other little friend. Here, kid. Say hi. Can you say hi? Oh my gosh. This is the little boy. And they're not from the same litter. They're from two different litters. But they're both like tiny and fluffy and like near the same age. But oh my gosh. So he just got a bath too. So he's extra fluffy. But I have a Great Dane and a Shih Tzu that are like my dogs. So these little foster babies are so sweet and cute and fluffy. Can you say hi? Say hi, everybody. Say yay, access testing. Is that what you're going to say? He's like, no, that's not what I'm going to say. He's going to say, grab a puppy and snuggle a puppy so none of us become testing zombies, right? See, we don't want that for teachers. Can you give all the teachers watching like a little hug and a kiss? Here, I'm going to put you up to the camera. Give everyone a kiss. Give kisses. Oh my gosh. Isn't he precious though? He looks like a stuffed animal, doesn't he? But yeah, I think animal therapy is very real. So even if you don't have a puppy or a kitty or a guinea pig or something like that, oh, that's a nice hug, friend. Thank you. I think there is a lot of value. And even like I read something once, this was years ago, so I should see if I can still find it, about even like looking at pictures of animals, or like I follow a lot of like animal accounts on Instagram, probably an embarrassing amount. I should count them all up one day. But I follow like different ducks, like people have like pet ducks and stuff, and like a ton of puppy accounts and some wombat accounts and a lot of manatee accounts. Goodness. So, but I think even just watching videos of animals like kind of lowers your stress level. So I'm like, oh, well, this is nice. So you can help lower everyone's stress levels. You could be our little access puppy. Yes, yeah, I don't like testing either. It's not so fun. All right, so I'm going to call my daughter in here so she can take our puppies back down to their play area. Oh, he's giving hugs. Isn't that sweet? All right, one more kiss for everybody. Can you give everyone kisses? Kissy, kissy. Oh, that's a nice kiss. Good job. Good job. All right, Chloe. So they're going to kind of hang and enjoy. But yeah, that's a very relevant topic for tonight is how to avoid those moments where we start to feel like, I think I have puppy fur in my mouth, feeling like a testing zombie. That's not a good feeling. It's, I don't know, you just kind of lose yourself a little bit. And I've spoken quite often about like the winter blues and how that affects me. And it's just really challenging. So I wanted to just spend a little bit of time talking about like kind of getting out of the rut, breaking out of the rut of like when we catch ourselves feeling like just so like zombie like, really, truly. And so seeking out the things that make you happy and the things that make you feel joyful. This is both like personally and professionally. If you, I don't know, everyone's so different and everyone finds joy in different things. But this is just a huge piece to all of this. And I think that being honest with ourselves and each other is also really helpful, because if I am struggling and I think everyone else around me is doing just fine, sometimes it makes me feel more alone. So seeking out my joy. So if I know there are certain activities that will boost my mood, I need to carve out time to do it. But I can also get creative about how I do that. So if I know that like movement really does like boost my mood, it does give me some good endorphins. But I don't really feel motivated to get up and move. Maybe I find a new playlist. Maybe I listen to a podcast. Maybe I ask a friend to do it with me. And then that way there's just more joy to be had, right? So finding little tricks to help yourself. And then finding also like those little things that can serve as refreshers. So I love going to either the library or the bookstore and just like sitting there with a stack of books, like picture books, children's books, and reading those, because I think sometimes those energize me in a different way. If it's a new text, new illustrations, new topics, new themes to explore that I maybe wouldn't lean into normally, that allows my like creativity process to kind of come into play. And so I'm activating that. I'm giving it an opportunity to grab an idea and run with it. So that helps me. And I also talk about like strolling the aisles of the dollar store. If I just kind of walk through and say like, you know, I'm going to stop at this random item. What can this do to spark some creativity or give me ideas for lessons? Or even like, how can I incorporate this into our next team meeting so that we're all kind of feeling that joy? I think that can help. Creativity is not like the exact same thing as joy, but I find for myself that creating and being creative helps me to unlock different levels of joyfulness. So that is something that helps me. I've got these little guys looking at me and chewing on stuff, but I think they're doing okay. Just wanting to double check. You know, like when that puppy stage, you just want to make sure they're not eating anything you're not supposed to. Yeah. The other kind of piece that's newer to me is this idea of mood tracking. And there's a few different like accounts that I follow on Instagram that really like spend a lot of time talking about like what it is and all the different ways you can track your mood. I have just found this really interesting, and I haven't like fully committed to doing it every single day. But I think I am becoming more aware of like even the time of day. When am I feeling either like more fatigued or more down? And then saying, okay, if this is like my trouble hour or my trouble hours, how can I really attack those hours to like target some intentional joy-seeking opportunities? Again, whether it's movement or puppy time or coloring or anything, calling a friend. It could be anything at all. So mood tracking has been interesting to kind of just play with and get some ideas around. And I'll see if I can find the Instagram accounts that I'm following, or if anybody watching has any that they would recommend us following, or just like resources and tools to support the mood tracking that can just help everybody in our network as we're all growing in this area. And then I like, again, anytime I'm looking at things for myself, I always think about, okay, how might this translate into the classroom? Like how might I incorporate, or like, is this something I incorporate or don't incorporate? So I don't know. I think introducing the idea of tracking our moods, or just being honest about like time of day, what are the tasks that kind of rob me of joy, and how can I put things back into my control? Like what pieces of this can I control? What pieces do I just kind of have to power through? Because that's another life skill, right? It's just kind of powering through the the tasks that we must do. So yeah, mood tracking, that is something different for me that I'm trying to explore and learn more about. And then another one, of course, is honoring student joy. So when I know that my students are feeling joyful and happy and comfortable, or when there's laughter in the classroom, it instantly boosts my mood, and it makes me feel like, okay, I'm not just here administering tests all the time. And we can also, have those conversations with colleagues and teammates of like, because of how our schedule is laid out this year, this isn't really sustainable for like just my mental well-being. So can we, like, is it possible for us to adjust the schedule at all? Or can we like build something else in? Or can we make a note for next year so that we're not experiencing these same things? And then talking to, if you have a teammate or an instructional coach, if you have, like, again, as we're trying to get through this testing season, if there are still like units of instruction, right, that we're still supporting, like even if we're not in the room with students, as much as we would like to be right now. I know we're still kind of co-planning. We're still trying to like check in and see kids and do all those things. But talking to a coach about saying like, you know what, this is a unit just because of where it lands in the year where I really do need to look for more opportunities to get students feeling joyful, because when students are feeling joyful, that helps me to find joy in my work. So sitting down and just brainstorming, like how does this unit incorporate joy? How does this lesson give us opportunities to laugh or to create or to be creative or to build or goof around a little bit? Like, where are those moments that exist? Because they're everywhere. But if we ask ourselves specifically and target that question, it will allow us, right, like the time and the space to it, like, have that be a part of our day-to-day life as teachers. So allowing those conversations to happen and planning for those conversations to happen, I think that's a beautiful use of collaborative time with each other during this season of the year. So if you have thoughts and ideas about how you kind of break out of the rut of testing season and kind of avoiding becoming that like testing zombie, we would love to hear it. Anything in the comments would be super helpful. If you use specific tools or resources, please let us know. I've mentioned this a few times. I know I shared in a few recent workshops, like those affirmation coloring pages that you can just make in Canva. But I also got a bunch of these, and they're like super long strips, and they have them on Amazon. But they're really cool because they're huge, and then you can kind of just chop them up a little bit. But these are really cool because if I just lay them out as like table runners and then just kept out, different coloring tools, this is a great way just to bring some energy into the space. Again, for the teacher lens or for the student lens as well. This is just a great way for us to, I don't know, bring some good vibes back into the space. But I'm going to stop here because I got to get these puppies all settled for the night. But can we say bye? Can we say bye? He's like ready to snuggle too and get going to bed. Should we put some jammies on? Yeah, put some jammies on and say good luck testing, everybody. We love you. We're sending you all the love, all the light, all the joy, and the happiness. All right? And say bye-bye. I don't know where my little girl is. There she is. We're going to say bye-bye. Say bye, friends. All right, everyone. Take care.